I have a lot on my list today to accomplish, and I have, let's see, 4.5 hours to do it because Amos has a dentist appointment today, which means, hold on, let me get on my face. Let me get on my Facebook, which means I'm going to pick him up, what am I doing? Take Honor out there. Mary Scott is going to let me borrow her car because it's the most like an ambulance. Good morning. Hey, Gloria and Kathy. Derek, you're bright and early. Hey, Salty. Your kids have a 2-hour. Oh my gosh, Sherry, I didn't know any other people had fog delays. Julie and Tina and Deidre. Okay, I think we've had about 30 sign up for the weekend. Should I be nervous? I mean, I need at least, what if people don't come? We'll have to cancel. I'm kidding, but it does change things, like renting a venue. Okay, live video. Let me get on the Facebook. Tuesday Tales Coffee Chat. What? It's cloudy in North Carolina, foggy and cloudy, and looks rainy. It's February, or as Amos says, February, just like he says, ambulance. February, hold on, let me get on Facebook, is depressing. It's depressing. It's depressing. It just is. There's no other thing about it. Okay, there. Go live. Leaving for a cruise, wanted to attend the weekend. Oh, tax. It's tax day for you. Oh, taxes. Well, I was so ahead. I started the taxes in November, and now they've been in my bathroom for like 3 months. This is what happens. I get ahead of myself, and then I'm behind. New member. Hey, Kathy, welcome. February is your birthday month. So this is a Tuesday Tales coffee chat. And I left it open to everybody kind of by accident. And then I realized I did. So I thought, well, I'll just leave it open so people can have a little taste of what our coffee chats are like. How does Amos do at the dentist? So we talk and we have a conversation and I answer questions, where when I do a big video, it's more me, lecturing basically. All the snow is melted. Amos does pretty well at the dentist. We'll take Honor, our service dog, and she'll do good. Honor. Oh, I was like, where is she? She lays on his lap in the dentist office, and she's such a good girl. Yes, are you going to the dentist today? You're going to the dentist, and you're a good girl. Yes, you are. Yeah, she's good. Your braces are fire. Love from Chicago. That's another really nice thing about doing coffee chats that are private. You don't have spammers. It's a sad, dirty month. I remember calling this good friend. It might have been January at the time. And I was like, we might get divorced. And she was like, oh, no, it's January. Everybody hates everybody in January. So I've expanded that to January and February. Hey, Teresa. Your dentist has a therapy dog. Oh, they call them facility dogs. That's nice. Yeah, so we're having a little coffee chat, and then Adrian's going to take the dog, pick up Amos from school with Honor, borrow my friend's van because he wants me to pick him up in an ambulance. The things that I do. And then there's no cooking going on around here, no cooking. My daughter is coming home tomorrow, which is sort of a surprise. She needs to go to the doctor. She's had just some but some symptoms that need further investigation. So she's coming home to go to a couple doctor's appointments, and she's very excited to come home. And so I'll pick her up tomorrow in Norfolk. Are you a family? Look at these scammy scams. Nancy Guthrie, so you know who was on television this morning? CeCe Moore. Cece Moore is the genetic genealogy expert. So Cece Moore's question was, how did they obtain the unknown male DNA that was in the class? But I do not know. But it was a good question. And the sheriff sent the DNA to a lab in Florida instead of Quantico, which seems insane to me, right? Is that insane? Jesse Jackson passed away. I saw that this morning. He was 84 and he had Parkinson's and dementia. I think the combo of those probably is tough. Oh, he had a very rare neurological disease. Oh, I didn't know that, Julie. They were talking about it on the Today Show. PSP. You thought the test was on a glove. I don't know what she meant. She meant how they got the sample. I guess the problem with DNA samples is if the DNA sample isn't large, it could get used up. And to send it to a lab in Florida and get used up would be a big deal. And that evidently is the problem with the sample in the JonBenet Ramsey case. Very small, and they don't want to use it up. They've done it once, but they don't want to do something again, or they won't have any more. So anyway, it's shocking. What else? Oh, my mom is watching. Always a lot of pressure. Can't talk about my mother in the morning. Yeah, I'm going to clean up. We have college. What kind of cup is that? I think this is a free cup that came from somebody. Taking Amos to I know what I'll talk about. I'll talk about feel pressure when more people are watching. Parkinson's is not fatal. Well, I know that Parkinson's isn't fatal, but I'm just saying if you have Parkinson's and then other things, it's a comorbidity. Look at that. PSP is called progressive supranuclear palsy. Oh, wow. I had no idea about that. Good morning from South Africa. Oh, that's kind of nice. Why do you think it took so long to clear Savannah Guthrie's family? Robin asked. The sheriff said they knew within a matter of days. So I don't know. I guess because the FBI told them not to say it. They sent to Florida because that's where they sent the first samples. I still think if I stayed at the Hampton Inn all the time and then the Ritz-Carlton asked me to come and stay, I'd move. Like, to me, I'd be like, well, the FBI wants to help us now, so peace, we're out. But what do I know? I think there's a little bit of jockeying for control of the situation. And the FBI should be in charge, right? Though who threw the freaking gloves? I mean, I can't get past that. It's. They said the gloves were from many of the searchers. What? You just take your glove off and throw it on the ground? I'm sure I sound like a broken record. But in what universe do people do that? Like when I think of somebody throwing a glove on the ground, it's like somebody that's just injected themselves with heroin. And they're not using a glove, probably. Like, these are people that are employed. They have jobs. Like, to me, you need to be like suspended for a month from your job if you throw a glove on the ground. Like, that is I mean, I could watch a whole like Dateline on people that do that. Yes, we're having pancakes at church tonight. Very exciting. It's Shrove Tuesday. Tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. Um, and Amos is excited to go to church and have pancakes. And then we have our youth auction, and there's always a cake. And so he likes to bid on the cake. And tomorrow is Ash Wednesday, and there's church early in the morning and then in the afternoon. And we will attempt church in the afternoon. We have this great, we go to the Episcopal Church in Edenton, North Carolina, and we have just the most amazing rector. Her name is Melody. And actually, this past week, I shared our service. It's now online on YouTube, so you can watch them. She's just great. And she had really a large group of people with special needs at her last parish. And I think she misses having them, and she really wants Amos to be a part of things. I was telling her, we went, not this Sunday, but the one before, I was like, it's just hard. When you're the only family with somebody that's kind of loud and walking around, and you feel like it's just annoying. And then even if you get past that, he's like, when are we leaving? Then he's ready to go. And I can just see my husband like tense up. It's hard not to feel tense about it. It's hard not to feel tense taking a 12-year-old with autism to church. I wish there were some like other babies in there, people acting bad, then it would take away from our behavior. But I really don't think, it probably doesn't bother other people. It's just hard for us. But we're going to attempt again. Might tell my husband to take like a Xanax or something before we go. Double tap to give a thumbs up. Oh, that's right. Stop going to church, problem solved. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to block you. And then that's a really good problem solved. You want families that have children with disabilities to go to church. I think they say 80% of families that went to church that have a child with a disability, they stop going to church. So that is not ideal because we need that part in our life. And our other children are there. Like on Sunday, my son Russell is a crucifer. And so you definitely want to be there. Yeah, Colleen just said, love that your pastor is accepting. We got away from our church as our son got older. We never had a rector before that was as welcoming. I mean, they were nice, but Melody has gone out of her way to say, like, ask to meet with me and say, what can I do to make church a good place for you? Can we set up a sensory room? Can we do this? Can we do that? And it gave me a chance to talk about a couple. We had a hard experience at church a few years ago where somebody called and left me a voicemail and said, if Amos is going to touch whatever in the church, then you need to clean it up before you leave. And it just about broke me. I think you're extra sensitive. I was trying so hard to go to church and be at church, and then you get your hand slapped, and I told Melody, it gave me a chance to tell her, part of my apprehension was like getting that mean phone call. And she was like, well, I'm going to make sure to say, let me tell you, this is how things go, and people are just going to have to become tolerant. And it was like when you were little and your sibling did something wrong and your parents would never take sides. It was like somebody saying, you're wrong and they're right. It just was really powerful and meant a lot to me. So I feel like because she's so supportive, we really do need to give it a try. So even if we don't go for very long, like they had pizza and bingo during the snow. And Amos didn't eat pizza, but somebody brought him cookies. He had a cookie, and bingo was too loud for him. He doesn't wear headphones. We're working on that. We keep buying different headphones, hoping that there might be some that he would like, but we haven't found any yet. And we went to church the Sunday before last, And that we stayed about 20 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes maybe. And that made a difference. He has not gone to Sunday school. I don't think our Sunday school is quite up to him. Though I guess we could try. The problem is that I don't want to have to be involved. Like, then it undoes the whole point of going if I'm in the middle of it, you know? We had a special needs class for Sunday school before my husband had cancer. I was the teacher. Oh, that was nice. We tried and stopped. It was so hard. He's 23 now and his behaviors are much better, but trying to get him to go out of routine, he refuses. Ugh. You're right, Marie. My youngest grandson won't wear headphones either. Well, you know, when we got our service dog, Honor, we were in a class. There's one other family that has a child with a disability, and then there were about 8 other people in the class. So with Paws for People, which is in Wilmington, North Carolina, you basically get a dog gets paired with you, and then you do about a year of training. And for the first 6 months, you go every weekend, or a weekend a month, and you go with your classmates and you sit in the classroom, go out in public, you're getting trained to work with your dog, right? And one young woman in my class had autism, and she wore headphones. And at the end of the class, everybody, they say, you don't have to, a lot of veterans, but if you want to say what a difference the dog has made for you, stand up and share with your classmates. And she stood up, and it was so powerful. She said, I don't have to wear my headphones anymore. And, you know, people are like, oh, get them to wear headphones. Where she is saying, as an autistic person, I hate the headphones because they make me look so different, and I don't want to be different. And so there's part of me that's been like, do I want to encourage headphones? Do I want to separate him out? I mean, I'd like him to be able to go places, but it was just really interesting to have her perspective. My daughter is a teacher of a special needs class at her church. They have 9 in the class. That must be a big church. She's also an adaptive teacher in the schools. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, on the docket, so if you are watching this video, this is kind of what our daily coffee chats look like. We sit and chit chat for 30 or 45 minutes. And if you are a Facebook subscriber or YouTube member, you are welcome to come to the 4th annual Tales Weekend, which is April 17th through the 19th. It is a big, big fun weekend, and it's a $350 ticket, and that includes all your meals and all your activities. And they have Old Colony barbecue, trolley rides, boat rides, cocktail party, easels in the garden, 2 days of tours, Mexican food truck, coffee shop, all my favorite haunts, shopping. Anyway, so there's that if you haven't signed up and want to. But if you're just looking for a place to connect and you say, well, I don't have autism in my life, but I would love to have somebody to have coffee with in the morning, that's kind of what we do. It's just building a community in, what is that? Honor. Oh, God. It's a terrible smell. Ugh. Yeah. Smells like ass in here. Golly Moses. Quite literally. Anyway. We had a great time at the Tales Weekend last year. Wish we could come this year. It's really fun. Okay, I'm tuning off, and I'm going to jump back on with my actual coffee members, subscribers, because they have been getting the daily renovation tour. And I packed up a rug yesterday, which basically it was practice in why don't you should ever kill somebody? Because if you think you can get a body out of the house, good luck. Getting a 40-pound rug wrapped up was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And it didn't have arms or legs or a head. It was just straight. I had my husband get it out of the car today. I was like, can you drop off something for me at FedEx? He was like, yeah. I was like, it's a rug in my car. Is it this rug? No, no, not that rug. Yes, it's that rug, you dummy. Is it this rug? Oh my golly, Moses. Uh, Carry on.